It's certainly a bit of a puzzle. No, not this. This thing here. But I've figured it out. This here, the 3-pin that comes with it, this is the digital Speedo. I don't know what its designation is, proper designation. I'll have a look actually. I think it is. This thing is the 12,000 RPM Speedo. It's $18.99 off eBay. It's going on my Triumph Daytona. This is actually for the Daytona boys if they ever wanted to do it. I mean, I don't know if it works yet. I haven't put it on the bike, but I've been able to get power to it. I'll go through the wires first. This yellow black, which you actually have to. No, it's separate, but it's inside this 8 block. There's an 8 block. It comes with an 8 block, which I've lost. I think it's up at my father's. I'll have to go up and get it. And this is in there as well. All this is in there. The only thing that isn't in there, in that 8 block, is the red green. The red green is the neutral light. And the neutral light is in. You see that one's missing? You can see that one there, it's missing. That one is from that. They're all the gear, all the different gears, and that's. What else is the gear? That one there is the gear. That's 6th gear. This is neutral in all the 5 gears, and that one on its own. That which one is it? Green and white. Just disregard them. Put them to one side. But you have to take that out of the 6-pin. You have to take the red green out and add it to the 8-pin block. But the 8-pin block that it comes with, you can shove all them in the 8-pin and put the corresponding wires from what you find out on your wiring loom. I've got the whole, I've worked it all out. I've written down all the colours, so I know on the 8-pin on the loom, I can just match all these wires up to what's on the block, plug it in. That's it. It's ready to go. That I can just disregard that. That's done. The taco, yeah, is one of the 4-pin blocks, which you'll see because you'll know the wire. I can't remember how. I've left all the stuff in the shed. Would you believe it? And it's too wild to go out and get it. And I'm just like, that's it. But the wiring loom, the wiring diagram tells you which one is the taco wire. Off the top of my head, I think it's the red one. It needs power, but you're getting power from the red here. You're also getting power from the black. Where are we? Let's have a think about this. Yeah, the red one is constant power. The green one I've got connector on is blah, 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 blah. Neutral. It's ground. The green one is ground, which I'll just demonstrate in a minute. Yeah. The red one is, let's tackle, get that out of the way. Forget about tackle. It goes on a different plug. Get tackle out of the way. That 3-pin, just go to cover this for a second, is for your speed sensor. You don't even need to worry about that. Am I getting enough of this on? So it seems to be, I'm having better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, the 3-pin is a speed sensor. You don't have to worry, get that out of the way. Those two don't have to worry about. Just get the 4-pin tackle block, which is a red wire, and it'll also have a ground, which you might have to think about, like make your own ground and make your own switch positive. Because this wire here, where is it? The black wire is a switched live. This green wire is a constant. Sorry, the red wire is a constant live. So this thing needs power all the time, and it can not be on a switched. So this one I'm just going to run straight to the battery with a fuse, an inline fuse, so I don't damage it. If I get a surge in, I don't damage it. This one is, which I've got plugged in just temporarily, is a switched live, black wire, green wire, ground. So I'm not sure if I actually need to ground and put switch live on this, because I think it's all going to go to the same PCB. It's going to go to the same little motherboard in there, a little circuit board, and I've got a little battery here, positive and negative terminal. And I've got the two positives already wired up. So I'll get this set up. I had the puzzle over here so I could sit the Speedo on it so you could see what was going on. I'll try and balance the Speedo somehow. So you can see, obviously that's the right way around now. That's the right way around now. Right, I'm all in reverse. I thought I'd see what's going on. It should sit like that, really. So look, can I sit it like that? Yeah, there we go. Should really sit like that. I'm getting a bit of a glare off it. Sit up a bit. There's this handy little thing here, and that's sitting that side. A bit metallic now. I'll get some rubber. I don't want to damage it. I want it in nice condition. There we go. Oh, everything's in reverse. There we go. Right. So I'll get the negative on. It's on a 9 volt, so we'll get the negative on. That should be alright. And then touch the positive and you'll see what happens. Hopefully it worked before. Yeah. But that's as far as I've got basically. What's that wire off? Well, that's a positive, isn't it? That must have fallen off something. Oh, I did. So it still works. That's come off the green wire. This is off the actual constant positive. But it still worked without that constant positive, which he said it would. The fella said it would on YouTube. He said it would work with that, but it needs it for the memory. He says your where are we looking for? The black wire. The black wire is the black wire is a positive. The black wire is which is, it feels a bit strange, is a switched positive. Okay, which it'll go to on the Triumph. I think it's a green red. So let's have a look now. That's it. That's basically it. Tomorrow what I'll do is finish work at 1, so I'll go pop up to my dad's because I think that's where the block is. I've got a block that came with the Speedo. And I'm just going to use that same block. I'll obviously need to think about these connectors because these spade bits are huge compared to the ones on the actual Speedo. So I'll have to think about them, get something to replace them. I might even just go and get a new block. And if it comes with the connectors, just use them, but they need to be female. These are all a bit, with me taking them out of the block, I was in a bit of a hurry, I've kind of minced them. As you can see there, you need to separate. That's what they call sky blue, orange, blue, dark blue that is. You've got brown and white you need to separate. I can't remember where they go on the Triumph. Blue and white, black, red and green, green. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but they're on the wiring diagram. It does say there is a switch live there, and it also says there's a ground. So I don't think I need to add any more than that. I don't need to go and find my own. I can just take it off the Triumph block. So that's also all on the one 8-pin that comes, that you can put into an 8-pin and then plug it straight into the Triumph loom. This one is constant power. The yellow and black is your tacho, which you've got a 4-pin block for, and the corresponding wire for that is red. I know that definitely. And this one is for your Speedo sensor, which will need to be set up. It's going to be interesting trying to set that up because it's a triple. The bike is a triple, and I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure somebody's done it before. And that's the little magnets that go on the bike. That's the actual receiver there. That's the sensor. And of course, that 3-pin goes into that. Oops, all opposite goes into that, and then that's it. I'll have fun doing that. I'll make a little bracket, drill a couple of holes in a little bracket and mount it somewhere. I'm thinking about extending this wire, maybe mounting it on the back wheel so it's out of the way. And what to get the speed, you go through the modes on this thing. I'll show you all that though. You go through the modes. You measure the circumference, which is pi d. So you just get the diameter of the wheel, with the tire and everything. Just get the diameter of that and times it by pi, which is 3.14. So what's pi? 3.142 is it? And what is pi? What is pi? Shame of us. It would be good if I could spell it properly. 3.141. Okay. Okay, roughly. So it's pi d. So you get the diameter and then you enter that diameter into one of the modes and it gives you the correct setting. This is a temporary bracket for your speed. But you also have to select how many cylinders, but it's not actually cylinders, it's actually coils. So if you've got a single cylinder bike with one coil, you select 1. And then 2 if you've got a 2-coiled bike, even if it's a 4-cylinder. And then you've got a 4-coil. But I don't know, we don't have 4 coils, we only have 3 coils. The coil on the Triumph has 3, it doesn't have 1, 2 or 4, it has 3. So I'm not sure what to do there yet. I think I want to put it on 2 first and then see the difference in speed. I might keep my Speedo and my original Speedo and drive on there because I can just leave the clock on. But I don't have to have any of the instrumentation on there. I can just have the Speedo drive and I can match them. I'll do that to begin with. I'll just mount this somewhere, temporarily to see if the speeds match. And when I get a match, I'll know what to do. Okay, that's enough waffling. I think I've covered most things. The only thing I haven't covered is the actual pinouts on the Triumph loom, which I'll do tomorrow. Okay.